So it may change. So there's a couple things that we're looking for this quarter. And one is Canopy as a leader in the industry is doing a lot on the strategic front. So you have an industry that's growing explosively, really, with lots of change. And so Canopy has been expanding in Europe, expanding in Latin America, and expanding in products. So there's a lot to talk about and a lot to see what they have their hands in. On the actual growth front, it's important to keep in mind that until April, Ontario is the largest province in Canada. About 40% of the population didn't have retail stores yet, right? So we're still in a dynamic industry sort of lagging the real explosion. So we'll see what happens in upcoming quarters, but there should be interesting things on the strategic front.
How is it valued compared to what that explosion you say is going to be?
Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously it's valued at roughly 30 times revenue, right? So we're expecting things to come online, right? So there's things that need to come. And again, like this is an industry that's trying to balance ramping production, ramping retail distribution, allowing regulators to sort of figure out what they want to do, and all those things happen at once, right? So there's a lot of volatility both ways, and we'll see it come through.
In terms of getting to 30 times revenue and meeting that expectation, how does the next leg, which is edibles, factor in? Does that need to happen as well? Because that's supposedly legalized later this year.
Correct. So edibles will be an expansion of the market. So there's a couple stages that happen. One is there's currently a large market, really around the world, but including in Canada, that's been served by the illegal market, right? So what you do is try to capture that, bring it into the legal side with high quality product, good brands, good production, consistent safety, reliability, et cetera. Then you can expand it with things like edibles that come on stream really in December and into January of next year. So that will be another leg of growth.
How big of a problem has the black market been? And is there the assumption that what is the assumption in terms of how many illegal dollars you can convert to legal sales?
Yeah, I mean, so in other markets we've seen, let's say the majority convert over, but it's not an immediate win. So the black market does
majority convert over?
Over time, right? So
over time. In which markets have you seen that?
So, in the U.S. you have different states that have legalized, and so you've started to see in Colorado and in Oregon sort of more and more of the legal market take share, right?
Okay.
So in Canada, we haven't gotten there yet because we haven't had a consistent flow of product and distribution hasn't fully opened, right? So the illegal market is broad and versatile, and again, in Ontario, you have a license to open 25 stores starting in April. So we're building.
Excuse me, go ahead, finish your thought.
What if Canada is more like California as opposed to Colorado?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a few different things going on. So California has a wide variety of producers, lots and lots and lots of different brands, and it's very fragmented, right? And then we've seen different states take different regulatory approaches that allow more consolidation and more fragmentation. Right now, Canada has 100 plus, close to 150 licensed producers, so it could become fragmented. But we'll really see if the expertise in growing and branding by the bigger people allow them to consolidate. I think Canada has a much bigger chance of being a consolidated market than a really fragmented one.
When I hear a stock is 30 times revenue, it usually says stay away to me. Should I? Or if not, why not?
So, look, you have an explosively exciting market. I think everybody agrees on that. Cannabis is going to be big. It is going to be legal in more and more markets, and it is exciting. And then you're just trying to balance the volatility of when you see these things, right? So the thing about cannabis that's easier than some other high-valued markets is the market exists. There is an illegal market, right? So you just have to grab it. Right now we're saying...
Grabbing it's not that easy,
Yeah, grabbing it's not perfectly easy. And again, there's growing pains. There's regulations that limit advertising in Canada, right? So you have very restricted, very medical-looking advertising.
But the cannabis will help with the growing pains.
Or CBD.
Or CBD.
It will.